Well, good morning. It's Monday, the 13th of January 2020. So, yeah, we're well into the new year now. I've just had 2 weeks from filming. Just had a little break, but I'm back into it now and sharing our diary of marina life. But we're all battening down the hatches today as Storm Brendan is coming in. But as I look out through the door, I'm just looking at the time now. It's about 10:30. And it looks beautiful out there, absolutely gorgeous, but the breeze is getting up. But the storm's supposed to hit about lunchtime. Yes, so we're all getting ready for Storm Brendan coming in later on this afternoon. And I know a lot of you have been concerned about Chip. Little Chip following his attack on New Year's Day down by the towpath. He's fine. He was tender for a few days, but I took him for a walk this morning and he's back to normal. Chip. Hello, Chip. Good boys. Yes, so he's back to being his normal little self and still having a go at other doggies. Bless him. But there you go. He's fine. So I'll see what sort of storm brews up later on and I'll film it for you. So let's see what this week brings.
Yes, Daily Whaley, I sure had that dog scared.
Oh yes, Chipster, you nearly killed him.
Did I, Daily Whaley?
Oh yes, Chipster, he nearly choked on you.
Well, it's 2 o'clock. I've just left the chandlery and the wind is getting up and it's damp in the air. There's a very fine drizzle in the air, not very nice. So looking forward to getting back to Chuggabug now. Sandy should be on the boat, so I'm going to light the fire and get safe and cosy. 3 nice British sports cars.
Waves around the coast, cancellations for ferries, for airports to continue to drive weather systems across our shore. A very wet day today and a wet and windy one tomorrow, but it will...
Well, it's Wednesday, the 15th now of January. We survived the storm. Yes, Storm Brendan has gone. They've been here for about 2 days, been blowing us all over the place. Been very, very rough. But today, a little bit brighter out there, as you can see, if you'd like to have a look out there, a little bit brighter. But it is very, very cold. And I've just got my hat and my coat on because I'm very excited because my daughter Amy is coming to pick me up and Chip and Dale. And we're going to go and spend the day at their house. And then Sandy's going to pick us up on her way back from work. So looking forward to going there and spending the day with Amy and George. Chip and Dale are down there. Chip and Dale, they're waiting. Going to see Amy, who's coming to see you. Yeah, I think they are excited. They're not showing it. So, waiting for Amy. She'll be here in a minute. Well, she soon arrived and picked the 3 of us up. And then we went back to their house to go and have a play with little George. For Chip and Dale, this was their second home for nearly a year. As, if you remember, Amy and Matt were looking after them when we lived on our little land boat. Put your head up. Where is he? And just behind there you can see the countryside where we used to walk Chip and Dale when we lived in our house.
George? Chip kisses? Kisses for Chip.
Well, it's mid-afternoon now on Monday, the 20th of January. We took the boat out at the weekend. We had an absolutely fantastic weekend. I think there was about 5 of us from the marina. Went down to Bates Mill Bridge there on the Shropshire Union where the Shady Oak is. As ever, as you know, we're limited where we can go at the weekend. But we had a great time. The weather was in our favour and we had a great cruise. Take a look. new flag fitted to the stern of Chuggabug, and Sandy and I were ready to go. We were soon cruising east up the Shropshire Union with 3 other boats behind us, as Nigel and Jill had already left. And so nice to see the CRT have been out in the middle of winter and cut back all these trees, as they were very overgrown, and even though it's a wide canal, there was only room for 1 boat to go through at a time.
You alright, boys? Boys? Hello, Chipster.
The electric's working.
Well, it wasn't long and we were all moored up, and Sandy was making a curry for 9 people on board Chuggabug that night. The next morning was wonderful. It's the early hours, Sunday the 19th of January. It's gorgeous. There's a biting frost, it's freezing cold, and we're just by Bates Mill Bridge. Beautiful morning. Malcolm's just got on board Chuggabug now. We're just having a coffee, and someone's had a nice shower. Look at the water there. So someone's nice and clean this morning. Unfortunately, it's not me. I'm going to have a nice shower when we get back into the marina. Just having a look. Oh yeah, there's a boat there. Beautiful morning. Looking forward to a nice cruise back. Now that morning we had a new boater with us. This is Barry, there's Kevin and Hilary. Now Barry is new to boating, he's just bought a beautiful boat and he joined us on our little cruise and adventure. But we decided to take him through Wharton Lock, just to give him the experience of a lock. So we took Hilary's boat and Malcolm's boat through it.
It's alright, babe, it's alright.
And there you can hear Jess crying, because actually Sandy was travelling with Malcolm. There's Malcolm's boat there. So Sandy and Barry walked up to the lock, and Sandy was going to show him how to do the lock, but Jess wasn't happy. By the way, look at this evil overflow. But to be fair, Hilary did a fantastic job, no problem. Now Malcolm, on the other hand, that was following us into the lock, had a little bit of a problem. Mind your blacking!
Oh, that's not how to do it, that, Barry.
Alright, Jess.
Yeah, we've gone right over nicely.
And considering he's just blacked his boat, I don't think he was very happy.
It's alright.
Now Wharton Lock is literally in the middle of nowhere, but we soon got an audience, and it grew.
Are you good at that?
Who's going out first, Mal?
I'll come first,
Right, seat then in a minute.
Is that a lady?
There you go. You see your dad? There you go. See your dad?
Hello, Jess.
Get straightened.
Isn't it uncanny how Hillary's boat looks just like Chug's on the roof?
Here we go.
But wisely, he doesn't go out.
There goes Malcolm and Sandy.
Water cube.
There's me, filming her, filming me. And there's Kevin, trying to keep out of the shot. No? Here is Sandy Cam.
Filming Captain Gary, filming us.
Oh, Malcolm. It turns out that earlier I thought someone had had a shower with all the bubbles and the foam in the water, but it was actually the overflow from the lock going past us on the cut. Hillary, you're going to have to give Malcolm some lessons before he eventually goes continuous cruising. And Barry did a cracking job there doing the paddles, no problem at all. Do you know what? I think he's going to settle into canal life. I think the overflow was probably as bad as I've ever seen it there, but if you look at Hillary, you can actually hear her engine really revving up to go through, to make sure she's got the power to go through the overflow. And there was a boat moored up waiting to go back up through Wharton Lock. Now, you will notice that Malcolm, on the other hand, isn't going quite as fast and got as much power on, and it nearly went wrong. Just one little bang.
Yeah, we're coming in, leave the gates, yeah, we're sorted.
But soon we were dropped off, back on Chugs, and on our way home.
Morning! Busy!
Yes, there was a few boaters taking advantage of the nice weather. So it was then, on our way back, as we rounded the corner towards the weir, we noticed Kevin was moored up. Excuse me. And then we noticed a very familiar boat. Yes, Fran and Rich from Floating Our Boat were moored up just round the corner. So, of course, we pulled over. Oh, Sandy's put it on. Well, Kev did the stern line and I went to the bow line and had a quick word with Rich, which was very nice indeed. Lovely to meet them at last.
Oh, this? We're doing dry January, but I ain't going anywhere. We'll catch them on the way.
Well, they both came on board Chugs and had a nice cup of coffee, and then it was our misty, moody cruise home. Yes, it was lovely to meet them both. Both genuine people, and very much as they come over on their vlogs. Lovely, and their two doggies. Yes, they came on board Chugabug, and we had a nice cup of coffee. They are doing dry January, so well done. Tilt my hat. Sandy and I aren't. No. But they're doing dry January, and we have promised to meet up with them perhaps in a week or two. When it's February, and then perhaps we can share a drink together. Who knows? Perhaps we might get a bit of filming done of us all together. But it was lovely to meet them. Lovely to meet you both. So thanks very much for that. Well, that's it for now. We've had a lovely weekend, start of another week now. But we're hoping, weather permitting, to go out again next weekend. Perhaps head into the city, head towards Chester. And don't forget, we do have a week off at the beginning of February, but unfortunately the two locks further east on the Shropshire Union are out of action. The CRT are doing work on Beeston Iron Lock and Tilston Lock, so unfortunately going east isn't an option, so we're just going to go in between Chester and here. Just nice to take the boat out, just nice to have the freedom out on the cut. Okay, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you indeed, as we've just broke 2,700 subscribers. So we're really pleased about that. So please like and subscribe, and feel free to share. Catch you next time on Chugabug.